Namaskar. Welcome to the part number 6 of the lesson number 8. Explanations on the step 5 and 6 in the method of analysis. In the previous parts, we studied the step number 1, 2, 3, and 4, in which we studied each level's individual study, and especially in the step number 4, we studied the combined level study from planet up to the last level, especially the planet's significations only with their self-signification of each ruler, in which we have not considered any of the planet in its supports. But in this step number 5, we are going to discuss about the support planets and their influence to the each planet as the ruler. And also in step number 5, the combined level study of all the levels, including the support planets and their influence through the ruler's link. In step number 4, also we studied the combined level study, but in which we have studied only the planet star-lord, star-lord of the star-lord, sub-lord, and star-lord of the sub-lord, self-significations, impact only, level-wise we studied. We have not taken these support planets and their influence to the ruler's link. But in this 5th step and 6th step, we are going to study the impact of the support planets and their influence through the ruler's link, and with the help of that ruler's link and the support planets, these planets' strength, if they are getting increased or decreased, what sort of impact the planets are getting through the supports and also through the ruler's links. Based on that, what the combined result it is going to give, that we are going to study. Studying the support planets and their impact in each level. Step number 5. We have to check at each level if favorable key planets or unfavorable key planets are in their support. The support planets, as you are aware, what are the support planets? Rasi Lord, conjoined planet, aspected by planets, and aspecting to nodes or indirectly connected planets. The support planets can support to increase or decrease the favorable or unfavorable strength of a planet. It means what? We have to check at each level whether a planet at one level is having favorable or unfavorable key planets in its supports. If it is having favorable planets, they will try to give favorable support to that particular planet. If a planet is having unfavorable key planet in its supports, it will try to increase the unfavorable strength. Multiple key planets in supports will increase the favorable strength, and multiple unfavorable key planets will increase the unfavorable strength of the planet. I think we will understand. The thing is, multiple key planet means there can be many favorable key planets. If a planet is having multiple key planets, more than one key planets are present in supports, their impact will be strong in increasing the favorable strength of the particular planet. And also the same rule applicable for the unfavorable key planets. Let me explain with an example chart so that you will understand. You can see this is the EPS table of the planet Venus. Venus EPS table. Venus in the nakshatra of Mars, Mars in the nakshatra of Sun, and Venus is the sublord of Venus itself. Now, let us check this planet level, Venus. Venus is Lagna Lord, 6th Lord occupying Lagna, and 4th cuspal sublord. We are studying this planet for the event of marriage. For the event of marriage, The Lagna and Lagna, they are all favorable, but 6th house, Lagna Lord and 6th Lord, and also 4th cuspal sublord, this is not favorable. So this is a mixed significator, but still, being the Lagna Lord and occupying Lagna, so it has got some favorable significations for the marriage prospects. Now, we have to check the support planets. It has got some weakness, whether support planets are giving any sort of support to the Venus, favorable supports or unfavorable supports. You check the conjoined planet. Mercury is there in conjunction. Venus is conjoined with Mercury. Look at the Mercury significations. Lord of 2, 5 occupying second house. No star lordship, no sublordship. This signification, what it signifies, I already explained in the fundamentals. The two in the EPS table explanation I was telling. The first portion is before the oblique is indicating CLOCC, and after the oblique, it is indicating dash. It is not star lord for any houses. After that, last portion is if a planet is sublord for any houses, that will be shown after the slash. Mercury is 252 significator, that is a free planet, so it's a good key planet giving support to the Lagna. And you can see aspected by Saturn. Venus is aspected by Saturn. Look at the signification of Saturn. Saturn is 9th lord, 10th lord. 10 is not that much unfavorable. Occupying 5th house and 3, 7, 11 star lord and 3, 5, 9, 11 sublord. It's a very good house grouping, a very good favorable key planet. So that planet Venus is having multiple key planets, favorable key planets in it supports. And one more thing also you can see, Venus is in the Rasi of Mercury only. Venus is positioned in the sign of Mercury and also conjoined with Mercury. So the influence of the support of the Mercury is significant. And Venus is Rasi Lord for Sun, Moon, and Mars. In that you can see Sun is a very good key planet. How? 4th Lord occupying Lagna, 5 and 9 star Lord, and 7th cuspal sublord. It means that planet is a very good key planet. 7th cuspal sublord itself, it is there in supports. So that way it is having multiple key planets in its support, so that favorable Lagna and Lagna is furthermore supported by the favorable key planet, that to multiple key planets. You can see here in the next point, among the favorable key planets in supports, the favorable key planets with primary favorable cuspal sublord. You can see Sun is favorable cuspal sublord for the 7th house and also a good favorable key planet. And free planets. What are free planets? You can see Mercury is a good key planet and also a free planet. So among the support planets, favorable planets, if it is a primary cuspal sublord planet or free planet, and if nodes also there. Here actually nodes Rahu and Ketu are there as a second planet, but Rahu, Ketu significations based on if they are also favorable, that also can be considered. So now the planet is having favorable key planet in support. It has got multiple key planets, multiple favorable key planets, and also free planet and primary cuspal sublord also present. So now that Venus have got very good key planet in its supports. So favorable strength is increased, unfavorable strength is not further supported. Now, next you see the planet Venus is in the star of Mars. Now, if you see Venus is in the nakshatra of Mars, if you study planet and star lords combined level study, 1 and 1 supported by 7, but 6 is supporting to the 12, 12 is supporting to the 6. So this is forming unfavorable grouping. So Lagna supporting to the 7. So this is also not good. This is mixed. Favorable planet, primary cuspal lord planet having got unfavorable houses. So now we have to check whether this Mars is getting any support planet which can support to this Mars. You can see Mars is conjoined with the Sun. Sun is the primary cuspal sublord key planet and also Moon. So they are all supporting to the 7. And also you can see Mars is aspected by Jupiter, 8th Lord and 8 and 12 cuspal sublord, 11th Lord occupying 5th house. It has got favorable house which can support to the 7th house also, but more than that, being the 12th Lord and 12th occupant and 10th star Lord, that will get the impact of the 8 and 8 and 12. So it means what? Unfavorable house in the self-signification of the planet will get the unfavorable key planets influence also strongly. That to 8 and 12, if it is present, the impact is going to be significant. The Mars is Rasi Lord. Mars is posted in the sign of Venus. So Venus is a mixed significator. So Mars is getting the support to some extent, definitely. Being the 7th Lord, it is getting support of the favorable key planet, that to favorable primary cuspal sublord key planet, that is good. And also, unfavorable houses are also getting support. So that way, whether favorable key planets are getting support from the, giving the support to the favorable signification of the planet, or unfavorable key planets are giving support, we have to check. Similarly, among the unfavorable key planet in its supports, the unfavorable key planets with the primary cuspal sublord, primary unfavorable cuspal sublord, and free planets and nodes will be significant. The same rule what we studied for the favorable key planets, that has been given for unfavorable. For example, if unfavorable key planet, so Mars has got unfavorable key planet is Jupiter. If the Jupiter is a free planet, yes, so that is impact is going to be significant. Apart from that, the Jupiter, if it is a primary cuspal sublord of 6th house also, the impact will be furthermore increased. That's what it is saying. And if the planet is having 1 or 11 or primary favorable house in self, especially in CL or CSL, the favorable key planets impact from the supports will be more. That we already discussed. You can see Lagna Lord, being the Lagna Lord, it will get the support of this Mercury, Saturn, and Sun significantly, because Lagna Lord will get all the signification strongly. So similarly, if it is 11th Lord also, it will get here primary favorable house. It is 7th Lord. The 7th Lord will get the support of the Sun and Moon significantly. And on the unfavorable side, you can see if the planet is having Lagna, being the Lagna, it can get the unfavorable impact also through the support strongly. If it is 8th Lord or 12th Lord, or primary unfavorable house in self, it is 8th Lord? No. This planet is 12th Lord. Yes, 12, being 12th Lord can get the influence of the unfavorable key planet strongly. There can be many unfavorable. Suppose it can be, for example, you can see the Sun, it is 4th Lord. It is also unfavorable but not very strong. Suppose a planet is 10th Lord, though it is coming under unfavorable, but that planet, what it can get influence from the support planet, that will be comparatively lesser when 8th Lord or 12th Lord are getting. I hope you have understood. If the planet is a node, they will get significant impact from the key planet in supports. Suppose Venus in the nakshatra of Rahu or Ketu. That means a ruler is a node planet. Node will normally, you know that normally a node will get the influence of the support planets, conjunct planet, aspected planet, Rasi Lord, everything. It will significantly, it will get the significant impact from those planets. So that way, the node planets, when it is playing, we have to consider. It means what? A planet can be a mixed one. Favorable strength can be increased by favorable key planets, or unfavorable houses can be increased by the unfavorable key planets. Based on the grouping of the houses, based on the strength of the key planets, the influence level will be there. And also, based on the receiving planet, where Lagna ruler or 11th ruler or primary cuspal ruler, they will also get the influence from the support planets. I hope you have understood the impact of the support planets. Now let us discuss about the rulers link. We have discussed many planets in its supports. Suppose those support planets are also forming rulers link, then what it is going to give? Let us check. Now we have to study if these support planets are forming rulers link between the rulers. If a favorable key planet is a ruler and also present in supports of the other levels, that is in P planet, star lord, sublord, importantly primary levels, it will further increase the favorable strength or decrease the unfavorable strength of those levels. For example, I will explain with an example. You check this planet Mars. Mars planet is having its 7th lord, 12th lord occupying 12th house and star lord for 10. Whether the planet is having favorable key planet in its supports, yes, it is having sun, good key planet, and moon. Okay, it is also favorable key planet, but sun is a very good key planet because it is 7th sublord and 5-9 star lord and Lagna occupant. And it is having no other favorable key planet. It is got sun, primary cuspal sublord key planet, it is present. So if a favorable key planet is a ruler, yes, it is a ruler. Mars in the nakshatra of the Saturn, that is the ruler of the Mars, that Mars itself is in the support of the, Sun itself in the support of the Mars. In other words, Mars is having Sun in the conjunction, and that Mars is also in the star of Sun. So if a favorable key planet is a ruler and also present in the support of the other level, especially planet, star lord, or sublord, then it will increase the strength of that planet. That support planet's influence will be more because it is also ruling the other level. I hope you have understood. Similarly, if an unfavorable planet is a ruler, for example, of course, this which is unfavorable key planet, of course, Mars itself is unfavorable. It has got unfavorable. Now, this Mars, if it is present in the Sun or sublord Saturn, what will happen? That unfavorable significations of this also will be passed on to that. Mars is having 12, 12, 10. It is not detrimental, but 12, 12, 10. You can see Mars in the star of Sun. Sun is having Mars in its supports. So Mars getting the support of the Sun through ruler link also, and Sun is getting the influence of the Mars also. So both the way it is getting favorable key planet also forming ruler link, unfavorable or mixed key planet also forming ruler link. You can see Saturn is the sublord of the Mars. It is a very good key planet. You check whether Saturn is present in the planet level. No. And Sun is not having Saturn conjunction aspected by a Rasi Lord. It is not there in the star level also. Even the 12 level also, it is not there. So Saturn is a good key planet, is there in the sublord, but it is not forming ruler link to the other levels. If it was forming, then the influence of this Saturn in supports will be more. I hope you have understood. So that way, a planet, if it is playing, a favorable key planet, it is playing as a ruler, check if that key planet is forming ruler link to the other level by way of supports. We can check the other way also, that whether check the planet in its supports, whether it is getting ruler link from the other levels also. That also we can do it. I will explain with one more example. Let us check the planet Saturn itself. As we studied, Saturn is a very good key planet that took starting point, that is source planet itself. Star Lord is good, 2A level also good, and sub level is having weakness. Sub level planet, Lagna Lord occupying Lagna, and sixth Lord and fourth sub Lord. As we discussed in the earlier slide, Venus, when we are talking about Venus, Venus is conjoined with Mercury key planet and also Saturn key planet and also Sun key planet in its support. So, Lagna, Lord, Venus, favorable strength is increased by the supports. Now you can see that Saturn who is giving support to the Venus, that itself is ruling the source planet. It means the planet is Saturn, sublord is having some weakness. That weakness is being reduced by the conjoined planet, aspected by planet and Rasi Lord for. Apart from that, that aspected by planet Saturn itself is passing its ruler link, because Saturn itself is the planet. It is giving its support to the sublord by way of aspect. So influence of the Saturn will be significantly passed on to the Venus. So Venus unfavorable strength is reduced and favorable strength is increased. Suppose a planet is having Venus in its rulers, Saturn will be there in aspect, definitely. But if the Saturn is not playing role as a ruler for the particular planet, then the support of the Saturn influence will be comparatively lesser. I will tell you in another example chart. You can see, you check the Venus planet itself. Here Venus is getting the Saturn support, that Saturn is playing role as the ruler. So that too is the source planet. So it is giving its ruler's link. Now you can see Venus is the planet. It has got Saturn in its supports. Yes. But you can check whether Saturn is having any ruling any of the level. No. Saturn is not the ruler of the Venus. If it was having Saturn is one of the star lord or sublord, if it is present, or star lord or the sublord, it will form the ruler link. So the favorable influence of the Saturn will increase, because it is not only in supports but also as a ruler. So ruler's link is formed here, but there is no ruler link here. Because of that, the favorable influence of the Saturn is comparatively lesser when compared to this case. So Saturn's sublord Venus has got some weakness, but that weakness is being reduced by the multiple key planets. In addition to that, the strength, unfavorable strength is further more reduced, and favorable strength, Lagna, you will get the favorable strength of the through the Saturn planet, that itself, who is that favorable? Our planet itself, source planet itself, passing its strength support to the sublord through the ruler link. That is the influence of the ruler link that you have to keep it in mind. I hope you have understood the importance of the support planets and importance of the ruler's link. Suppose, for example, the Saturn, if it is unfavorable, suppose a planet is having, Saturn planet is having all unfavorable houses here in this case. Venus is having 1, 6, and 4 here. Suppose, imagine Saturn is having unfavorable houses like Ketu, 4, 8, 12, or 10, and also 6 also there. So unfavorable grouping is there for the event of marriage. Now the Saturn will become unfavorable. Now what will happen? Venus unfavorable signification will get increased by the Saturn through the supports, first point, that strength unfavorable influence will be furthermore increased because that is being supported by the source planet through the ruler link. That planet which is giving unfavorable strength is also ruling the other level, importantly planet level. Suppose Venus is in the star of, you can see Venus in the star of Mars, right? That Mars is 7th Lord, 12, 12, 10. So it is having mixed signification. That Mars is there in supports. So the unfavorable strength also getting increased along with that favorable. But the favorable strength is strongly more because of the Saturn's ruler link. Here Mars also forming ruler link because Venus is having Mars in support, but Mars is also the star lord of the Venus. So unfavorable strength also increased and favorable strength also increased by the ruler's link. But whose impact is more? The source planet is very strong key planet. It is forming its special aspect because Saturn is aspecting to Venus, and that is giving more strength to the sublord. So favorable strength is increased. Suppose Venus is in the star of Saturn, and if Saturn is unfavorable, Venus will get the star lord unfavorable strength also increased, and also that through the ruler link also it will get increased. So ruler link can be from planet level or star lord or the sub level also for the sublord planet. But influence, if it is from the captain of the ship, that is source planet, that impact is going to be more. I hope you would have understood. So when we are going to study the many case studies, so we will come across such cases, then we will understand the influence of the support planets and how the ruler links are increasing or decreasing the strength, so that making that planet which we feel that it is supportive, it is having some weakness in one level, but through the support it is getting increased, favorable strength is increased or unfavorable strength is increased, we will able to identify. So with this, the step number 5 we have analyzed. Now we have to check the step number 6. Step number 6, final study on all levels along with the support planets and the ruler's link impact. Of course, this we discussed when we studied the step number 5 itself. When we studied in file 5 itself, that is checking the support planets and ruler link, what sort of impact it is given at each level we studied. But like step number 4, combine level from the planet to the star lord and to the sublord, we have to check all levels, grouping of houses along with the impact of the support planets and ruler links. So study the grouping of houses through all levels along with the impact of the support planets and with ruler's link or not. It is equal to the step number 4, but with the inclusion of the impact of the support planets. In step number 4, we studied only the, self planets only, planet, star lord, and the star lord of the star lord, sublord, and star lord of the sublord. We have not taken the support planets and their influence and also the impact of the ruler's link. But here, the same step number 4, along with the impact of the support planets and rulers link, that is called step number 6. That is the final study of the final step. This is the final step. We can find the overall strength of the planet with the combined levels along with the impact of the support planets and the ruler links. Right? The support planets and the ruler's link can support for a planet's unfavorable or favorable state. That we studied. In the step number 4, overall house grouping strength is studied only with the self-signification of all levels. But in this step number 6, this step number 6 can modify the output of the step number 4 through the impact of the support planets and the rulers link. With the help of the support planets, yep, in the step number 4, you may find one level planet is having some weakness. But with the help of the support planet, especially with the ruler link, that unfavorable level can become better also. That is what it is said. The step number 6 can modify the output of the step number 6. We should not come to a conclusion just with the rulers combined level study just based on the step number 4. Because step number 4, I am repeating again, it is only with the self-signification of the rulers without the inclusion of the support planets. Because the support planets can modify the strength with their impact along the rulers link. Hence, we have to check if any level planet's unfavorable strength, especially because a planet level star lord or sublord is having unfavorable strength, it will give a strong impact to the planet. But if that unfavorable strength, if it is present, we have to check if any planet's unfavorable strength is reduced by the favorable key planets in supports and further increased by the ruler's link. It means favorable key planets is reducing the unfavorable strength, and favorable planet supports is increased by the ruler's link. This will help in identifying the final output of that level planet's unfavorable strength. This application of this step 6 will be comparatively easier while we are doing manually, and we are doing, as I was explaining in the previous slide in step number 5, in EPS table, which are the planets are in supports, and in each support column, we have to check, and they are present in the rulers, we have to check, so that we can do it manually. But there are certain tools in the EPS star software to identify the key planets and also ruler link. One of that important tool is called the PILT table. So what is the PILT table and what is the importance, all these things I will be taking in a different part. I will explain in detail. So, but you have to keep it in mind. This step number 6 and even 5 and 6 will be comparatively easier with the PILT table in EPS Star Soft. Now I will explain that step number 6 in one example, so it can be useful. Just a minute. You can see these two planets. These two planets we already discussed in the previous slide. Also, the same chart only I am discussing throughout this lesson number 8, which as I said already. Let us take Venus planet and let us take Saturn planet. How the unfavorable significations or favorable significations are increased by the supports and ruler links that we discussed in the step number 5. Now, when we study the overall study from planet to star lord and sublord, when we study what is the impact of the support planets, and if they are with the ruler links, how to study, we have to check it. You can see Venus, as I said, Lagna Lord, 6th Lord occupying Lagna, 4th sublord, it is having some weakness, but because of this favorable key planets, it is getting favorable strength. So, unfavorable signification is reduced. Now, the star lord planet Mars, it is having mixed. That star lord planet Mars is having that favorable key planet in its support and also unfavorable also present. Now, you can see whether these Mercury or Saturn or Sun are in the rulers. Yes, Mars is in the star of Sun. That Sun is conjoined with this. So, because of the Sun is forming ruler linked to the star lord planet Mars. Mars is in the star of Sun. Sun is conjoined with Mars. So, Mars favorable are supported and unfavorable are getting reduced. So that way, but Saturn is not there. If it was there, then impact of the Saturn will be more, right? Now you can see the grouping. Lagna Lord occupying, let us focus on favorable first. Lagna Lord occupying Lagna in the star of a planet 7117 and 1597, and sublord also the same planet. So, of course, this sublord being same planet with a mixed significator, so it has got some weakness repeated, but with the help of this supports, it is getting strength. But still, instead of Venus, if it is having other houses which is forming the grouping 1 7 1 5 7 11, suppose it is, sorry, 1 5 9 and 7, if the sublord is having 11th house or second house with the favorable houses, this would have brought a very good favorable grouping chain, house grouping chain from the planet to the last level. But here it is there up to the star level, to a level, but not it is not extended up to the sub level. So though each level getting support from the support planets, but through their self significations, they are not forming a very good house grouping. So that way, that Venus planet is not weak, but it is, through the support planets, but because of the absence of the house grouping from chain from the planet to star lord to sublord, it is having some weakness. Unfavorable 6 12 12, not supported at the 2a level, but again 6 and 4. So unfavorable grouping are present, so it is indicating some weakness. But unfavorable strength is present and favorable strength also present. So it means it is not a very good planet, but it is not a bad planet also for the marriage, because it is getting support from the support planets, and also in self it is not forming strong unfavorable grouping chain. You look at the Saturn planet. Saturn is very good. Sun is good. 2a level is also supportive. Only the second planet is having weakness. Sublord is having weakness, like Venus here. This chart we discussed in the previous slide itself. Look at the grouping. Look at the level. This is weak, but it is having favorable key planets, and that favorable key planet itself is forming ruler link. So that Saturn is giving support to the sublord, making that Venus is not weak. Favorable strength are increased. Apart from that, other multiple key planets also increasing. Now you check the rulers link, that combined level strength. You can see Saturn favorable houses, 9th Lord 5, 3, 7, 11, very good houses starting with 9, and the star level planet 1, 5, 9, 7, supported by this, and further supported by 1 and 1, because it has got very good grouping, 1 and 1, but further supported by the same Saturn through the ruler link. So that way, that planet house grouping also good from top to down, sublevel only having some weakness, but that is also being supported by the favorable strong key planet through the ruler link. So that way, Saturn is becoming also stronger for the event of marriage prospects. I hope you have understood. So we have completed the step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and step 6 till this part. In that, we have studied individual planets, source planet significations, effect planet, star lord and star lord of the star lord signification, and sublord and star lord of the sublord significations, and combined level significations, along with the grouping of chain, what it is going to be favorable or unfavorable, what sort of impact or strength it can give, along with the support planets and the impact of the rulers link we have discussed. Though I have given in many steps for your better understanding on the concept, and so that you should not miss any steps. Though I have given many steps, so while with your, practice, you can combine the steps and you can make it fast in studying all the steps, but we should not miss any step. For that analysis, definitely the software, EPS StarSoft software, will be more useful in studying the key planets, in studying the self-signification, and studying the support planets, and also the rulers link impact. So with this step number 6, we have studied a single planet's strength along with the support planets and ruler link planets we have studied. Now, one more important part is pending, step is pending, that is step number 7, built connections. So with that lesson number 8 will be over. So in the next part, I will be explaining you about the step number 7, built connections. Thank you.